Tea has been an all-time favorite drink throughout my life, preferably iced tea with lots of sugar when I was younger, and I know I'm not alone. Tea has become more than just a drink. It's become an experience to be shared within the family and social gatherings. Tea is a time and a reason to come together and share. We speak with Vena, owner of SpiritualiTEAS, about the health benefits, common types, hosting a virtual tea party, and much more. We want to hear from you. So if you haven't left us a review yet, please do so and let us know what your biggest takeaway from this episode is. Or let us know in general what you like about style access. Let's do this because style access starts now. So welcome to the show, Vena. We're so happy to have you here. And you are the name of your business is SpiritualiTEAS. So, yes, so can you tell us a little bit about your background and how you started your business?
Yes. Well, thank you so much for having me this evening. Once again, my name is Vena Carter. I'm the Chief Tea Connoisseur of SpiritualiTEAS. It's an herbal infused tea company, started almost 7 years ago, out of a passion for tea parties with my late mother. Um, I am a native Baltimorean who, by way of being an educator, I'm now working for the Maryland State Department of Education, which continues my love for youth. SpiritualiTEAS is a company that has been birthed out of wanting to work with youth from underserved communities.
Okay. So we always want to dive into some frequently asked questions that our community has. So are you up for it?
Yes.
All right. So first question, what is tea?
Tea is an aromatic beverage that is prepared by pouring hot water, preferably boiling water, over top of fresh leaves. And these fresh leaves are basically a evergreen shrub that is grown from a native East Asian land.
Okay. And what are some most common types of tea?
There are several most common types of teas that you may be familiar with. We have black, green, oolong, puree, and white teas.
Okay. And what are the health benefits of drinking tea?
There are multiple health benefits from drinking tea. For example, teas help to lower such things as heart disease. May have some beneficial factors associated with preventing cancer, diabetes. If I go a little deeper into each of the teas, green tea is known to lower your blood sugar, cholesterol. Chamomile teas have been known to calm your nerves, help with regulating digestion. White teas, they fight cardiovascular disease. Oolong is it's been known to have properties to ease dementia and bone health. And black teas help with fortifying lung production.
So is there a difference between loose leaf tea and bag tea?
Yes, tea bags use low grade tea basically because of the dust and fanning. It shows the type of condition of the tea used. When you use a loose tea that is either broken or crushed, the essential oils are actually given away and they are destroyed. So basically, it's out of convenience. Some people would prefer to just use a tea bag because it's quick and it's easy and it's on the go. But an actual loose tea process is actually, it does take some time to prepare for your particular steeping method that you would like to use.
So I know virtual tea parties are a part of your business model. So what makes them an elegant affair?
What makes a tea party an elegant affair is to keep things simple. And that means as far as like getting the correct baker that you would like to have for your tea party, your location and decor, and then lastly, your tea choices.
Okay. Now, etiquette. Some people, don't know what to do when they go to a tea party. Can you give us 3 etiquettes that we should follow?
Yes. So I would say the 3 top tips for etiquette is your placement of how you pick up your cup and your saucer. It should be together. Avoiding placing your foods on your plate because this is a time where it's just a light fare and conversation. And also to remember that tea is served hot and poured into a porcelain teapot during this particular party setting.
So we have so much more in store for this episode. So we will be back after this break. More style access next. So welcome back. We're still here with Vena of SpiritualiTEAS, and this segment will focus more on making the perfect cup of tea. I know we discussed before loose leaf versus the tea bag, so we're going to dive right into all of that. So Vena, how do you make the perfect cup of tea?
Thank you for asking that question. You should start off by bringing freshly cold water to a rolling boil. Once you have that, you can use a tea bag, preferably an unbleached tea bag, and you would use about a teaspoon size of your tea blend of choice. You can add it to your teacup, and you would pour your boiling water over top of the tea bag, and you would let it steep for between 3 to 5 minutes, depending on if you're using either a black, white, or green tea. It's your preference. If you would like to add such things as milk, honey, or sugar to sweeten, preferably you should really start by drinking tea with none of those properties. But of course, we've been accustomed to adding flavoring to our teas. And then once that is over, just steep, sip, and savor away, and just enjoy your hot cup of tea.
So is there a difference when you not use the tea bags and have I'm not sure if that's the term, tea press or machine to do it with the loose leaf?
Yes. If you have a teapot that has a diffuser already connected to it, I have a sample here and I can just show you one. I don't know if you can see it, but I actually have a teapot that has a diffuser already connected inside of it. And that way it can be boiled along with as you are already boiling your water. If you don't have that, of course, you can use the unbleached tea bags that I referenced.
Okay. All right. So I have some samples here from you that you graciously sent us. So I'm excited to try. So I have Miss Carter, Peach Your Life, and Apple of My Eye.
Gotcha.
So, yes. So I want to start off with Miss Carter. Can you talk about how the name came about and the components of it?
Okay. Well, Miss Carter chamomile is one of my signature. This is probably like my first tea blend that I created, and this helps with sleep and digestion. Many people don't know, but I had a hard time really getting to sleep at night. I think my mind was just going all over the place. So this came about with me wanting to get some help with sleep and digestion at night. It's a light, flowery, herbal tea. And if you have the canister, if you would do a wafting kind of, with a hand motion over your nose, you can smell the aroma. That's
Okay.
called wafting. So you can smell the aroma of what's inside of the tea. So it's chamomile leaves that are inside. And it came about because it was named after me, Miss Carter.
Okay. And then just the colors in here, it's just so colorful. I'm like I said, I'm so used to the tea bags, but just to see the loose leaf and see just the colors, it just looks beautiful. And I guess that's just everything that makes the flavor what it is.
Right.
Yeah.
And you should be able to, once you actually go through your freshly brewed cup of tea, you should be able to taste the different flavors and the different notes at the palate of your on your tongue. So you should be able to really taste it, and actually should give you the sensation of all the different flavors.
I'm doing it now. Let's see.
Okay. All right.
I like this one. I do. Look, I'm going back again. And again, this is Miss Carter, and this is for relaxing, right? So you would drink
relaxing digestion.
And digestion. So, okay, so you don't have to drink it like at nighttime. Just anytime you want to relax yourself, this is the tea that you should go to. Your go-to tea.
Anytime. Yep.
Okay. All right. I like this one. And then next is Peach Your Life. Can you tell us a little bit about that and the name?
Peach Your Life. Peach Your Life is another one of my top selling herbal teas, and it helps with vitamin A and vitamin C. It has notes of vanilla as well. Peach Your Life is because peach is just my favorite, and you just get your life when you're drinking peach. And this is a good Peach Your Life is a good tea that you can infuse. So it pairs well with rums that you can infuse it with as well. So.
Okay.
And the name, like I said, Peach Your Life, was about getting your life. So.
And you know what? The first thing that I notice about it is the aroma. It smells so good. So good. Like just coming up to my nose as I was about to take a sip, and I'm like, wow, it makes me want to, so let me try it.
And this particular tea is one of the ones that I have probably not added any sweetener to. If you are one that really wants to get the robust flavor out of tea, my sweetener of choice is either honey or raw sugar.
Okay. And like you, I love peach too, and I'm liking this one too. Look, am I gonna have a favorite, or will it be all the aroma? Oh my God, it just really gets me, and then the taste of it is just really good as well. So, oh my God, and like you, I'm trying not to do sugar. Okay. So I was born into a family that tea, that's what you do. You put a whole bunch of sugar, granular sugar in there. And for so long, I think it's only been maybe like the last 5 years, have I challenged myself to not have the sugar in it, because you don't need that in your diet. So it was a conscious decision, but now my palate has changed. And I'm okay with it. Like I do not, and my sisters be like, what? You don't put no sugar in your tea? No, now I don't have to. And like you said, it's just the best way to consume it. But it's all about the way that you were brought up, and then just changing that to be a little bit more healthier. So
that is so true. That is so
okay, and next is Apple of My Eye.
Apple of my eye. This particular tea is full of antioxidants. It helps with fiber. It helps with hypertension, heart disease. And this is my pride and joy. Apple of my eye was named after my mom. This was something that she would coin the phrase to me, that I'm the apple of her eye. So this is one of my favorites. It's actually It's a top seller as well. So when you really smell the aroma here, you can really smell the apple, you can smell the cinnamon in it. It does have a way of giving you that right kick that you need, especially during this time of year. But if you were a true tea drinker, it doesn't matter what time of year you would want to drink apple of my eye.
Yes. And I can smell the aroma in here. And so different, and I'm going back to the looks because the different from Miss Carter to this, of course, they're different, but it's not as colorful, in here. It's more of the brown or black leaves in here. Yeah. So it's still the leaves are all the same or they're not?
They're not all. Some, when you talk about Miss Carter, those are more of like an herbal type of tea. Peach of Life is more like a white, and then the Apple of My Eye is more like a black.
Okay.
And because they're all natural, that have little to no caffeine in these particular products.
Okay. All right. So here we go for Apple of My Eye. Oh my God, I think I'm good. And I'm not playing. Like some people be coming on shows and be like, oh, everything takes it. I'm not this girl. All three of them are really good. And like with this apple, what the benefits, like maybe I know apple are good with like fiber and stuff like that. So is this what, yeah, okay.
Yeah, apple, like I said, it's a good antioxidant. It helps you with fiber, hypertension, diabetes, heart disease. So all of those natural things that you need, that you would normally get in going to the market and you finding it, you can also get it within the tea.
Okay. Now, real quickly, I know sometimes you infuse some of the part of your lineup or collection has infused teas. Can you tell us a little bit about those?
Well, for example, I'll take the Peach of Life. The Peach of Life can be infused with either fruit infused alcohol or other medicinal purposes that you would want to add to give you the extra kick. That's where the namesake of SpiritualiTEAS came about. Spirits, libations. So that's where you get the infusion of spirits and teas mixed together.
Okay. All right. Well, we have one more segment with you. So we have much more to talk about. So more style access after the break. So welcome back again, you guys. We are still here with Vena of SpiritualiTEAS. And this segment is going to be all about virtual tea party. As you know, we're going through a lot with this pandemic and you want to connect with your friends still. This is a great idea for you to, think about and see if you want to incorporate that with your friends and still have a good time. So, first question for you. What made you want to make this a part of your business model?
Well, COVID-19 has really shifted what we can do for in-person. So the virtual tea party came about where people still wanted to be able to celebrate in a special and unique way with their family and friends. And having a virtual tea party was one way where everyone could still gather together. They would be able to have fun and still enjoy their love and passion about tea. So this is how it came about, where it would be from the comfort and safety of your own home to be able to house and host a tea party.
Okay. So is there a difference between the in-person one and the virtual one?
Well, the only difference is the fact that, of course, you won't have that face-to-face connection or that touch or that hug or that warm environment that you would normally have in a virtual space. But everything that you could possibly want to have, you can set up. Pre-planning is extremely recommended during a virtual tea party, and I'll help guide you and whoever the host is to make sure they have everything set for their tea party.
Okay, well, let's just dive right into that. So, okay, this is my idea. I want to gather all my girls together. How would you assist me? How would you?
Well, first, I would say to make sure that you start with having your date and your time. Tea parties normally take place between the hours of 3 and 5 in the afternoon, making sure that once you have your date and your time, sending out those invitations to those who you would like to participate. It can be done in a Zoom setting or through Google Hangouts. Once you have that, then we need to talk about the location and decor. Meaning, does the host want to have it right in her home, or does she want an outside setting? Making sure that her guests have all of the supplies that they would need. For example, having a table set up, just as you see in front of me, where you would have a tea set similar to this. The host could send each of her guests or his guests their own custom teacup and saucer, and all of the tea essentials that you would need as far as the tea blends that you would like them to have, any of the baked goods that you want to have during that time, and sandwiches prepared. So those are pretty much the essential things that you need. And then also what kinds of games, what kind of conversations you want to have set up, and then some closing thank yous for those who want to come about.
Okay, so as far as like shipping that stuff, so say if you have people, so is it definitely stick to baked goods? Because I know you can have like finger sandwiches, but if you stick to the baked goods, you could like just ship those things to your guests, right?
You can ship them to your guests, or you can make it even fun where you could do a pre-gathering where all your guests would be able to, you would give them pre-ingredients to some of the baked goods that they could try at home, and then they would be able to prepare them during that day and have them all set up. So you can make it really, it could be a very elaborate event where, you know, you could bring in your own baker who could actually take them through the steps of baking what's the appropriate thing to have at a tea party. Or you can, like you said, you can ship out things that are going to be perishable enough to ship out to anywhere in the United States and abroad if you wanted to.
So as far as the tea part, so when you're doing this, do you suggest that or what do most people do? Do they try your whole collection, or do they pick several ones that they want to highlight? How does that part work?
Well, I call it, you know, the steeping high and the steeping low. The steeping high meaning that I would do all of the basic preparation from invitations down to what your guests would experience, or something that you would want to be steeping low, meaning that you would want to make sure that they would have just the minimal things. For example, is the tea and the teacup to go a step further. I've even taken on the opportunity, even with my attire, that you see, where I've made the fascinators for the ladies that have participated in the tea, depending on their theme that they would like.
Okay, so they don't have to worry. They hire you and forget about it.
Yep.
I love it. Now, diving into the etiquette. Now, should we still follow those rules even though it's virtual?
Of course, you want to have fun. Who doesn't want to dress up? Tea parties are very semi-formal. Gloves are appropriate, but of course you will remove gloves once you're about to take your formal tea setting to begin. Bright colors, suits, dresses. Black is considered not an appropriate color to wear at a tea party, but you can have so much fun. And actually to see everybody get on and they're dressed up and they're all dolled up. So who wouldn't want to see that? It actually, you know, takes the ease off of if you were in a in-person space.
Yeah, I think that's the best part. Of course, definitely trying the various teas and eating, but just to get all dolled up and see what everybody else is wearing, I think that is just the highlight of the event. Even though it's a tea, the tea actually is second on my list. First is the attire, then it's the various teas that you're going to be introduced to, and then everything else, of course, you know, just being with your friends, laughing, the conversation and everything. So,
right.
Yeah, I'm excited because for this virtual viewing party, we're going to have our tea party, and I'm just so excited about that. So, yeah, I can't wait for it. Last question, what is high tea? What does that mean?
Well, the term high tea, for many centuries, this was something that was considered something that happened in the afternoon between 3 and 5. It was normally set up in like a parlor, very like just, wasn't really looked upon as something that was a part of an elite type of event. Now it has walked into more of a traditional type of setting where you are sitting in high back dining chairs, table settings, the attire. So it's something that everyone would want to participate in.
So how can people find you?
Well, if you visit my website, thespiritualities.com, and you look in the upper browser of the top bar, you'll find where you have virtual tea parties.
Okay. And then they also can, purchase some of your teas and
they can purchase some teas. I have some accessories that you may need, that you might want to purchase. Teapots with diffusers, bleached tea bags. They can get honey spoons. All of those things that you would need to make a perfect cup of tea.
Well, Vena, this has been a pleasure. Thank you so much for joining us on Style Access. I can't wait to put some of these things in action and start, using loose leaf tea instead of the tea bags for the more flavor. So thanks again for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
More Style Access after the break. I hope this has provided you a better understanding of tea and its many health benefits. Whether you can't get through your morning without a cup or choose to treat yourself to a nice, refreshing cup occasionally, the understated differences in the flavor of different varieties mean that there is endless opportunities for exploration. We want to hear from you. So if you haven't left us a review yet, please do so on our YouTube page and let us know what your biggest takeaway from this episode is. Or let us know in general what you like about Style Access or some ideas you may have for us to grow and better this show. Also tag and hashtag us at Style Access Show and Style True and include our amazing guests, SpiritualiTEAS, to share your tea sipping pics. We can't wait to see it. Until next time.